Welcome back everyone to GameZone Birdroom.
GameZone.
And of course it's not the GameZone Birdroom without all the birds. Hello Dex. Hello. Who's a pretty boy? Love Dex. No. Hello Moose. Who's a pretty girl? Who's a pretty girl, Moose? You pretty girl? Yeah. And he's my little babies. It was Rex's 6th birthday yesterday. Oh, 6 years old. Look, you're still beautiful, aren't you, mate? You're quite an old boy now, aren't you? Eh? It's my old Rocky. Who's a pretty boy? And where's that little Doddy do? Say, there he is. He's so tiny, isn't he, mate? Yeah. What have I got for you today, guys? Well, I promised in my unboxing video, we've got the alpha build here of the V2 Elite new hard drive. As I said, it is an alpha build. This is not what the final product is going to be like. I'm so, I appreciate Lighting Modz UK so much for sending me this sort of early version to review. So I'm looking forward to it. As I said, I'm not going to review this with the hard drive. I want to do a whole sort of breakdown of it and really put this joypad through its paces, because if my review is good, this will be the new pad that's packed with the V2 Elite console. So it's all on my shoulders, the review for this. So yeah, that's not going to be in this video, but we will be testing out the OG Xbox, and I can't wait to see how this console handles Xbox. So let's get into the video. Let's go over some of the new features that have been added to this new V2 Elite update. So the best one I find is restoring the system, especially if you're like me, you mess about with it, you fuck it up. Now there's a restore, which is absolutely fantastic to have. It says Xbox is experimental, it's pretty new to emulation, so only a few games are installed, expect some errors. And there's a little hack to get Mario Kart GP2 to work, as it doesn't play straight out of the box. And we will go over that right now. So this is what happens when you don't use the hack. The game will start off like normal, looks like it's going to play, and then it just stops. Annoyingly so. Anyway, just watch. And this is the screen you're stuck on. To return to menu, press mode button and X at the same time twice. Now we're going to try and get this game to work with the hack. Yeah, to get this to work, the Nintendo logo needs to come up. And this is when you need to press mode button and triangle down together. I pressed it a couple of times just to get it working, but I think you only have to press it once. Triforce, the arcade board, I believe was based on the GameCUBE, and it was co-produced by 3 giants of the arcade industry: Nintendo, Nikon and Sega. I don't know how many games were actually used for this, but I know F-Zero was, and the 2 Mario Kart Grand Prix 1 and 2. So as you can see, no problems this time. Did not get stuck on that screen. And I must say, the graphics look fantastic for this game. I mean, this could easily still pass for a Wii and Nintendo Switch game, I think. Really colourful, bright, plays well. Forgot to say, I'm sorry there isn't sound on the captured footage. I'm having a lot of problems with my capture card. It's sort of very hit and miss with sound at the moment. I think it's packing up, which is a shame. I've had it a couple of years now. But yeah, it's what it is. I have to get a new one. Anyway, back to the game. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, it's a beautiful, colourful game. The track layout could have been better. I mean, I've only played a few tracks, but yeah, it's not quite as inventive as some of the tracks in their console games. But I suppose you can only do so much with the arcade games. They are supposed to be a bit more simplified, but harder, if you know what I mean. But what I've played, it really does play great. I'm assuming they're using the same emulator as what the GameCube plays on Dolphin. But yeah, it's nice to experience these games. Anyway, let's get into some Sega Model 3 arcade games. Been wanting to play these games for so many years. So it feels like a luxury having this system to play these games. Like Daytona USA 2, never been released on any consoles. So it's a hard one to play. And never experienced in the actual arcade. But look at this game. I mean, this game's like over 25 years old. And it still looks as beautiful now as it did then. I mean, this could easily pass as an Xbox 360 game. That's how powerful the Model 3 was. I think the Dreamcast could have done it justice. I mean, it probably would have been slightly lower textures. But they definitely could have got this game working. I mean, look at the scenery as well. I mean, that's one of the things I used to love, the old Sega arcade games. You know, not only were the games fun to play, you know, they put all these little things in the background for you to sort of think, oh, look at that. You know, they were master game makers. They really were. Right, next up, Scud Race. Did experience this in the arcades in Great Yarmouth in '97, and I was blown away with it. You know, still owning and playing a Saturn at this time and seeing this game, it was the next level. It was the future. Let's go for the McLaren F1. I think this game could have been the first time you could play as a McLaren F1. Maybe wrong. But again, the backgrounds, you know, that large aquarium that you go in and out of, the city in the background is just, it's just all so gorgeous. Even now, you know, 25 years later, and this game is still as fast as I remember. Don't take no notice of my crappy gameplay. But these games are just running beautifully. This is exactly as I remember them in the arcade. And I was crap then. I'm glad Lighting Modz was able to get these games working. The time and effort went into to getting Model 3 working on this emulation device. The game sounds great, like the music in the background, you know, can't see any graphical glitches. It's playing really well. I just happen to be shit at the game. But practice makes perfect. That's one of the old sayings. Right, this is a game that Lighting Modz has managed to get working now. The legendary Sega Rally 2. Yeah, when Lighting Modz UK was playing around with the new update of Bardasera, Sega Rally just stopped working. And finally, they've managed to figure it out and get the game to work, which is fantastic. Because Sega Rally 2 on the Dreamcast is a brilliant game, but it just doesn't play quite as good as this version. I mean, this plays exactly like the original Sega Rally for the arcade and the Saturn. You can just glide round the corners a lot better. It's the way the game was meant to be played. And again, this game is running really well. The sound, it sounds awesome. I haven't really noticed any graphical glitches. Plays fantastic. The only game on the Model 3 game list that has graphical glitches and doesn't play quite right is Harley Davidson's LA Riders. Background has a lot of glitching out. Anyway, let's try Virtual Racer Model 1 arcade game on MAME. Yeah, this is a game they got working a few months back on one of the other updates. So, yeah, to have it included, brilliant. It's such a classic game and was probably the first game to revolutionise 3D graphics. Has been 3D games in the past, but this truly took it to a new level. You know, 60 frames per second. I mean, you could tell it was a Formula 1 car. Great graphics on the bridge. I don't know, there's something about the cell shaded graphics that still looks good to this day. I mean, the ultimate version of this game now is definitely on the Switch. Don't get to play that as much though, because the missus hogs the Switch. But then, to be fair, it is actually a game system. But again, this game is running fantastic. I wonder if we could expect more Model 1 games to be on this system. Hopefully Lighting Modz UK can get Virtual Fighter 1 working, which would be brilliant. That's a great little addition to have. Mario Kart Arcade GP2 has no problems running at all. Straight out of the box. No hack, it just works. Again, like the original, this is another beautiful game. Different choices of karts this time. More tracks to play on. The same items to attack your opponents with. yeah, it's nice to experience these games, because, you know, these arcade games you just would not be able to play if it wasn't for these type of systems. You know, I still prefer playing my original hardware, but, you know, they've only got a limited amount of time you can play them before they break down. You know, especially like my Saturn, that's a, you know, it's becoming an expensive system to play. So this system takes the slack off them. So when I do reviews, which I will get back into, especially some of the Saturn games I've got now I want to review, you know, I like to use the original hardware for them. But yeah, when I'm playing casual in the lounge on the big TV, this system is absolutely brilliant. Huge choice of games and consoles to play on. Now, as you can tell, there's no faults with this game. It's running brilliant. Can't really tell you if the sound's got glitches or anything. I mean, can't hear any glitches. As I said, sorry, there's no sound on this, but my capture card is really playing up. But it does sound good anyway. And look at that, first place. Well done, James. Now this is what everyone has come to see. How does it play the OG Xbox? And we're just about to find out. So it's got 7 games on it at the moment. Doesn't mean the final product will have 7. It could have a lot more. So let's try Amped 2. Remember, he is experimenting with this emulator. So there probably will be graphical glitches, sound glitches as well. But we will see. To be fair, this game's running pretty good. I mean, you can tell the hair's glitching out quite a bit. But the music, that sounds great. Good speed to the game. Oh, I tried to do a flip then, but stacked it. So I'm not really good at this game. We'll try a game that's a bit more demanding for the system next. We'll play a bit of Call of Duty 3. Hopefully I'm a bit better at that. Can I at least do one flip? Oh yeah, successfully done it. Landed on his feet as well. Oh, stacked it. That would have been a good one. But yeah, this game's running really good. Must say, with this game, I'm quite impressed. Minimal amount of glitching. Right, Call of Duty 3. Now, I did notice, I played about an hour of this game, and I did notice when the screen's really heavy with a lot of stuff going on, there is a bit of slow down. And there was some screen tearing. but overall, you know, it did play well. Because this is a lot more demanding, this game. I was expecting it to be a lot worse, to be fair. So he's been working on this patch with the Xbox emulator for probably 3 weeks to a month now, maybe not even that. So to get these running reasonably well in that short of time is quite impressive. But you'll see in a minute when I get to an area there's, you know, a lot of stuff's going on. Here we go. This is where the action starts. As you can tell, there is a little bit slowed down, bit of screen tearing going on. But as I said, you know, it is playing okay. It's not going to stop you unless you're really sort of fanatic and you think, oh no, I can't stand that. I mean, I enjoyed myself playing this. But I just want you to be aware that, you know, there is slowed down and screen tearing happening. But also remember, this is experimental. This isn't the final product. Not a huge amount of graphical glitches though in the game, which is nice to see. But a fair bit of screen tearing. Oh, sneaking up, shooting me in the back, the bastard. Do like the old World War II Call of Duties. Take on the old Nazis. Make good bad guys. The next game I'll try is Halo 2, which is quite a demanding game. We'll see how that plays in a minute. But then again, you know, I really wasn't expecting much from this. But to have these games running on the system is really impressive. Oh, has he killed me? Come on. Get him off. Get off, you bastard. No, I'm dead. Never mind. Anyway, let's play a bit of Halo 2. A series that really showed you could play the old first-person shooters on a console, on a controller, and do it justice. I mean, a keyboard and a mouse is always going to be the best way to play them, but really did show that you could play them on a joypad. Classic series. As you can tell, there's already graphical glitches there. They shouldn't be see-through. The characters should be solid. I mean, this is a demanding game for the system. Also, can you tell that there's some glitching in some of the other characters? Looks like they're wearing masks on their faces, different colour skin tones. So yeah, so this game is showing the sort of limit of the system. Right, let's shoot some bad guys. And here they come, the target shooting. Come on. So again, very similar to Call of Duty. You do get some graphical issues, screen tearing. You do get the odd slowdown when there's a lot happening on screen. But again, also the game is running quite well. I mean, you can have fun playing this game, you know, it's running good enough to enjoy. So I think, you know, with a few more weeks tweaking, I think they're going to have a very good build here. And the fact, you know, they've already got 7 games running fairly well. That glitching out then wasn't the game, that was my capture card. As I said, I'm having problems with it. But I think in a couple more weeks' time, I think they'll have a really good build on the OG Xbox. And who knows how many more games they can get working on it. Even if it's just some of the exclusive games, would be a massive bonus. I'm very pleased with it, I must say. Now back to my ugly boat in the studio. Now for my final thought on the alpha build of the V2 Elite console hard drive. I must say I am very impressed. Model 3 run beautiful. The only game I had sort of a bit of issue was Harley Davidson's LA Riders. There was some graphical issues in the background of the game. The game actually run well, but yeah, it could be a little bit off-putting for people. OG Xbox, wow, I was really impressed, as he's not been working on the original Xbox with this system for that long, so to have them running that well, really impressive stuff from Lighting Modz UK. Still needs a little bit of tweaking. Halo 2 was the game that gave me the most problems. It did have some slowdown. There was some screen tearing a little bit, and same with Call of Duty. I mean, when the screen was really packed with a lot of things going on, yeah, that's when you saw the little issues like the slowdown and the screen tearing. But overall, them games which were quite demanding for the original Xbox, they did run really well. I am very surprised in how little time he's got them games. So hopefully he can build on that, get them running, even better, and add a lot more games to that system, which would be absolutely fantastic. That's what I love about Lighting Modz UK. They're always tweaking, getting the system even better, and the customer service they provide is outstanding. It really is. So guys, yeah, that is my final thought. As I said, the system still needs a bit more tweaking. This isn't the final products that's going to be that will be with the system. He has still got a bit of tweaking. So yeah, I appreciate you you entrusted me on reviewing this product. Guys, you know what to do. Button bash that like, subscribe, hit that little bell. Take it easy. GameZone.